Well, good morning. It's good to welcome everybody this morning. And if our former City Councilman David Adams will behave himself, we'll get underway. It's good to have you here, David. Why don't we actually start with your announcement, David, on behalf of the League of Women Voters. Good morning.
Good morning. May I give you one of these? I'm happy to be here this morning on behalf of the League of Women Voters of the Lima area. I am a member of the Board of Directors. A week from today, the 18th of September, next Wednesday, at 6:30 in the evening at the Red Cross, the League of Women Voters will be sponsoring an informational, free public informational meeting on the subject of local government cooperation in Allen County. The speakers will be members of a 5-person panel, and they include Jed Metzger, President, CEO of Lima Allen County Chamber of Commerce, Allen County Sheriff Sam Krish, Linda or his representative. Sheriff Krish may, so I'm told, have to be in Columbus next Wednesday, but in any case there will be a representative from the Sheriff's Department. Lima Police Chief Kevin Martin, Roseanne Christian, Director of Allen County Regional Transit Authority, and to provide a somewhat larger historical political context, Dr. William Angel, Associate Professor of Political Science at Ohio State Lima. The panel itself will begin at 7. We will have light refreshments and socializing from 6:30 till 7, and there will be time for questions, answers, and discussion. So I hope you will spread the word, and if you can manage it, be in attendance next Wednesday, September 18th, 6:30 at the Red Cross on South College Street.
Is there something that has prompted that panel at this point in time?
Well, what has prompted it is that the Lima League, together with many other leagues in Ohio, have had on their approved list of topics to investigate and to discuss publicly trust amongst governmental leaders in Allen County or wherever the league happens to be. So this has been on our agenda, the league's agenda, for some time, and is, I think, appropriate to surface at this time.
Great. Thank you very much. And continuing along the theme of public sector discussions, John Schneider's here on behalf of LACNIP to talk about a forum coming up. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm John Schneider, past president of Lima Allen County Neighbors in Partnership, or LACNIP. Neighborhood associations, part of our mission is to advocate for the improvement of quality of life through community partnerships and advocacy. And part of this, we are having a candidates forum or debate for the position of Mayor of Lima. This is a top government job in the largest city in this area of Ohio, has impact in its entire region. And it will be on Wednesday, October 2nd at 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the Fellowship Hall of St. Luke's Lutheran Church in downtown Lima. The church is based on 200 block of 200 block of West North Street. Also, the Fellowship Hall, excellent Fellowship Hall, is accessible through West Street. And we have some partnerships. We have partnerships with St. Luke's Church. We also have a partnership with Rhodes State College. The moderator will be Dr. Matt Kinkley, who's Director of Workforce and Continuing Education at Rhodes State College. I wish to emphasize that it's an opportunity to hear from the candidates, incumbent Dave Berger and challenger Doug Vermillion. Both Mr. Berger and Mr. Vermillion have confirmed that they will be present at this event. This is an opportunity not just for neighborhood associations, but for all citizens to meet the candidates, to bring issues forward, about the future of this community and what they want to see happen in Lima. So again, a person does not have to be a member of a neighborhood association to attend or to participate or to ask questions. The public is invited and everyone is welcome. Again, that is the candidates forum or debate on Wednesday, October 2nd at the Fellowship Hall of St. Luke's Lutheran Church, sponsored by Lima Allen County Neighbors in Partnership. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. This has been a tradition that LACNIP has, I think, had underway for probably 12 or 14 years, sponsoring candidates forums, and we appreciate that. Thank you. Ladies are here from the Lima Sister City Association with an announcement about youth delegation going to Harima Cho. So who would like to come up and take the lead? Karen and Sandra?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. On behalf of Lima Sister Cities and helping out our president, Sylvia Clark, who has a voice problem right now, I'm privileged to talk about the Lima Youth Exchange.
I've not heard that excuse before. I mean, that's a really cool way to slip in there.
That's
and get out of
right.
public speaking. So
Can you believe a woman has problem talking?
I didn't say that.
But Sandra and I have some information that we would like to impart with you, and I have been delegated to speak about the Lima Youth Exchange that will be coming up in June 2014. And so we are starting our search for candidates of young people that would like a homestay experience to go to our sister cities, Harima Cho, Japan. And we're going to be having an informational meeting on October the 6th. It's a Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock at the New Creations Lutheran Church, 2701 Allentown Road. And that will be an opportunity for the parents and interested students of grades 9th, 10th, and 11th. Those are the primary grades that we are focusing on, to come, ask questions, and we'll give as much information about travel costs and orientation programs that we can. There will be experienced travelers there at that point, both adults and young people that have gone in the past, to share some experiences and to raise their curiosity and their interest about this trip. We are also giving out packets to each of the schools in Allen County, private, parochial schools, and public schools, about the trip, and we're giving those to the guidance counselors, asking them to make copies for the interested students that would come into the counseling office. We would like the students to take the initiative to do this and come in to the counselor and get the paperwork, fill it out, and then the deadline seems like a long time away in November, I believe the 15th, due November 15th. But the time goes quickly, and we will need to have interviews with the students and make selections. Any spots that might be open for the trip, then we'll open up in the new year to adults, because I know adults will be asking, can I go on this trip? Is it going to be open for me? But we want to fill the spots first with the young people, because this is an educational program that we want to be a participant and provide for them. And then the opportunity for adults will open up. If there's any questions, Mary Buckley is going to be handling this, and her phone number is 419-331-7504. And so we will have those applications out to the schools by next week.
How big of a delegation are you hoping for?
Well, we would love to have 10 to 12. That's a manageable group. And manageable for Harima Cho if we top with, a total of 15, I would think, at the max. And last year we had 9 young people go, and then the chaperones, and then adults also.
And we do have the information up on the city's website as well, and folks can access it there too.
Good. And Sandra has a little reminder for us, please.
Well, 2014 is going to be a busy year for Lima Sister City Association, as we are sending and will likely be receiving a group from Japan as well, and we look forward to welcoming our dear friends from Harima Cho. Now, we are presently looking for a qualified candidate to fill a 2014 position as an English teacher at a Harima Cho Junior High School, and they will assist the Japanese English teacher in the English classes. This is a paid position. Living accommodations are provided. It's a furnished apartment, and the plane fare to Japan, you pay it up front, but then you're reimbursed by Harima Cho after you arrive. So we are accepting applications for this position, and you can learn more about that on the city website. The application is available there. You don't have to speak Japanese, but you do need a 4-year college degree. The term will begin April the 1st, 2014, and will end March 31st, 2015, with the possibility of renewing for another year after all parties concerned agree with the teacher to do that. We are accepting applications from now until October 5th. That is the deadline. And the following 2 Sundays after October the 5th, we will be interviewing interested candidates. So if you're interested in a position like this, what a great opportunity. Apply as soon as possible. Thank you.
And the age range for the applicant?
35 is the cutoff age, so we would prefer someone below the age of 35. That is a requirement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ladies. The opportunity to have the students go to Harima Cho is just a terrific opportunity for our community, and we've been, I think, in relationship with Harima Cho almost 15 years now, and almost every year we've had delegations either here or there, and the homestay feature of this, first of all, makes it affordable. You don't have hotel bills, and many of the meals are also provided by the families that the students are staying with, but it is absolutely a terrific way to get to know the community of Harima Cho and families. I think long-term relationships are established as a result of these interactions, and we want to encourage students and eventually the adults as well when we open that up to consider participating. This morning, Gary Bright, the director of the West Ohio Food Bank, is here. He has a number of things to call to our attention. He's brought a cake with him. I don't know how many folks would like a piece of cake this morning, but there's an opportunity to fill. So,
Did you want to do the proclamation at the end?
yes. So why don't you go ahead and make your remarks.
Okay, good morning. I'm Gary Bright, CEO at the West Ohio Food Bank, and I thank the mayor for having me out today. Toward the end of my comments, there's a proclamation that I'll kind of get to what that's going to be about. But I have a few other things I just wanted to mention. First, September, the reason I'm wearing this obnoxious orange is because September is Hunger Action Month, and orange is the color that signifies Hunger Action Month. What Hunger Action Month is really all about is just kind of a time of year, just like, you know, where there's other months of awareness for other causes, for us to remember that hunger is an issue still in our area and really around the country. This is a national campaign. In fact, in Lima, or Allen County, I'll say, alone, there are 18,200 individuals who are considered food insecure. And so, in our population, I don't have that in my...
About 105.
is about 105. So that's a good percentage of folks, excuse me, that are dealing with hunger on a daily basis. So one of the things we would ask folks to do is on our website, and then I've even brought with me some calendars. On our website we have a Hunger Action Month calendar which suggests each day each day of the month something people could do to get engaged in the fight against hunger. And it could be anything small, or what you might consider to be small. It could be just learning a little bit more about the issue for yourself, by going to our website or feedingamerica.org or anything like that. Could be donating. We wouldn't be opposed to that, to the food bank. Could be volunteering, any number of ways. So kind of related to that volunteer giving issue, we're also announcing, and that's what this cake is about, we are in our 25th year of operation. And so we brought this birthday cake for the food bank. And we'll leave this here in case, folks in the city building would like to eat that. But the CorpCom group, who is helping us with our marketing campaign, has donated that and is donating various other things to help us get the word out about that. But one of the things, if you go to our website again, is we're reminding people that a $25 donation would provide 200 meals to a local family. What that means, what that equates to, is every donated dollar allows us to bring 8 meals to a local pantry or soup kitchen. So that's kind of what we do with those donated dollars. But again, it's not just about the money. There are various other ways people can get involved in the fight to end hunger. If nothing else, it's just getting the word out there and raising awareness. One final thing I'll mention before what the mayor's got. Those 18,000 or so folks that are living with food insecurity in Allen County, that's roughly the same number of folks who live in what we call food deserts. And I think you've all heard about the mobile produce market program.
Would you explain it?
Food deserts are areas, for those of you who haven't heard about the issue, in Allen County. They're areas where people are roughly a mile or so away from a store where they can access fresh, healthy produce. And they're also areas that have low income. So folks living in these areas have those two main barriers: income, to buy market rate produce, and actual access to the place to get the produce. So what we've done with all the partners that you'll hear about on the 17th next week when we dedicate the bus is converted an RTA bus to make it into a rolling produce market. That produce will be sold, not given away, but it will be sold at well below market prices, retail prices, so that the folks in those areas, one, will have access just in terms of proximity, we're bringing it to them, and second, financially, because it will be sold at rates that will actually be cheaper than buying some of those items from other places that aren't so healthy. So that'll be rolled out next week as well. But there are roughly 18,000 or so folks, like I said, in Allen County that are living in those food desert areas. I don't know if it's not necessarily the same individuals that are in that food insecurity number, but probably a lot of the same folks. So, okay, but to kick off Hunger Action Month, the mayor has a proclamation. So, all right.
Thank you, Gary. I should just mention that we've been engaged for about a year in the discussion of childhood obesity, which ties into this whole question of hunger as well. It may be counterintuitive that somebody or a family can be dealing with obesity and yet have a hunger problem. But in fact, they're tied together, because often in food deserts and areas that are without fresh produce, what they have is cheap fast food type options, which actually may satisfy the hunger but ultimately make them ill. So we need to be aware that these are intimately connected, kind of insidiously connected, as we deal with it. And the mobile produce van is a very practical way of trying to address this. And I think as the details roll out and people become aware of it, I think it'll be very much welcomed throughout the county. In that context, I want to offer the following proclamation. Whereas hunger and poverty are issues of grave concern in the United States, the state of Ohio, and the Lima community. Whereas the state of Ohio is committed to taking steps to raise awareness about the need to combat hunger in every part of our state and to provide additional resources that citizens of Ohio need. And whereas the city of Lima is committed to working with the West Ohio Food Bank and educating people about the role and importance of food banks in addressing hunger and raising awareness of the need to devote more resources and attention to hunger issues. And whereas the West Ohio Food Bank distributed more than 5,300,000 meals in 2012 through its network of food pantries, soup kitchens, shelters, and other community organizations. And whereas food banks around the country, including the 12 members of the Feeding America Network, will host numerous events throughout the month of September to bring awareness and attention to encourage involvement in efforts to end hunger in local communities. Whereas the West Ohio Food Bank is celebrating its 25th year of working toward ending hunger in Lima and West Central Ohio. Now, therefore, I, David J. Berger, Mayor of the City of Lima, do hereby proclaim the month of September as Hunger Action Month in our community and call on all citizens to find ways to donate, to volunteer, to advocate toward ending hunger in our metropolitan community. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the seal of the City of Lima this day of September 2013. So, congratulations on your 25th birthday.
Thanks.
As an organization. And, you know, literally the food bank functions as kind of the hub of activity for how many food distribution points are there in the region that you're serving?
Well, we actually just had a meeting with all of them yesterday so we could see it. It's around 100 agencies, 170 some programs within all those agencies in an 11
So there are literally
yeah.
thousands of people who are volunteering time, often through churches, often through other social service
Almost
organizations.
10,000 volunteers a year.
Is that
come
right?
Through our door. That may be hours. I don't want to misstate that. I know we have 2,000 volunteers, individual volunteers per year. I think it's 10,000 hours per year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So a lot.
Well, it is an issue that a lot of people care about. More people should, and I think we've got great organizations in place to help people. So,
All right.
thank you,
Thanks.
Gary, very much.
Thanks.
And I'm going to share the cake with everybody here. So, Brett Roehm from the Parks Department is here with some announcements about activities this fall. Morning, Brett.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm here today to announce that our youth girls volleyball program registration is underway. This is for 5th and 6th grade girls. Forms are being distributed to the city school children. One way that you can also gain the form is through the city's website and also at our office. We're located at 900 South College Street. Games will be played on Saturdays throughout October, and practices are during the week. Each team will practice 2 times during the week. It's $30 for participants attending schools inside the city limits and $35 for those others outside the city limits. Registration is due no later than September 20th. That's Friday, a week from this coming Friday. And we will host an organizational meeting on Wednesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. at the Lima Senior Gymnasium. So any questions people can have, they can address them to our office, 419-221-5195. I should note that games will begin October 5th and run through October 26th. So if parents have questions, good opportunity to get your daughter signed up in an activity that will give them something to do at least 3 days a week. And also, if there's anyone in the public that is interested in sharing not only their time with our local young people, but also their knowledge of the game of volleyball, we'd be more than happy to have a conversation with them as well. So, thank you.
Very good. So you are looking